Oh, it's getting hot in here already. I'm dying. Alrighty, hey guys, welcome back to the channel and the show, and to watch more videos, because I have more videos for you, as you can clearly see. Today's video, I want to talk about something that has been asked a lot in the past couple months, I guess. I mean, it's been asked a lot throughout, past 2 years, but it really started to pick up in the last, 6 months. A lot of people, especially people that I've been offering help and advice and coaching and stuff like that, have been asking what they need to do to improve their Fiverr profiles for voiceover. Now, let me just say, I am not one of those Fiverr professionals. And what I mean by that is there are tons of people who are just better at marketing, at structure, at communication, at just everything involving Fiverr. They know the ins and outs, SEOs, stuff, and all that kind of stuff. And I don't. I have a profile, I put up demos, people purchase, and I deliver. But there are a few things that I think a lot of new people to Fiverr are doing, especially when it comes to voiceover, are doing as a mistake. There are a couple of things that seem to be a pattern, especially when you don't know what to do, you don't know what to expect, and you haven't really done any research, which is totally fine. I mean, every time I go to, any other website or, platform for voiceover or anything like that, I'm pretty much unfamiliar with the entire layout, so it's fine. But here are a few things that I think could help you get some more views, some more clients, and just have an overall better experience on Fiverr. Now, first off is demo. I'm surprised at how many people don't really have good demos when it comes to Fiverr for voiceover on their dashboard, on their platform. What I mean by that is they don't have I think it's 1 minute and 15 seconds is the ideal length. A lot of people don't have a good demo to put in there. And for a lot of mine, at least at first, it was really just my face and the audio backtrack of my actual demo, my 60-second demo that I use for marketing. And then that just rendered as, I think, an MP4, which is what the platform uses. I don't know. You can actually Google what the ideal format for Fiverr is, and then I would just upload that. But as I got more and more work, I actually started to upload videos to each individual gig that had footage from my actual work that I had gotten. Now, you don't have to do that out of the gate because, obviously you're not really going to have any if you're a new voiceover talent. But what you can do is go ahead and start with a photo of you and the backtrack audio. Now, some people try to do a video of themselves in their studio, talking to the camera and saying, hey, this is me, this is what I do, all this kind of stuff. And that's totally fine. You can totally do that too. As long as, it's still really good quality video and still really good quality audio. There's some people that do, post, demo videos on there that are there's either something wrong with the video or the audio is not all that good. So, make sure it's at least good quality. But it needs to be, they need to see who you are, either in a still or in a video, and they need to hear the kind of quality they can expect. So it either needs to be a demo or just a fresh talking to head audio. Either way. So that's the first thing. Make sure you have a good demo. And it was actually shocking and surprising how many people didn't have that or didn't know that. That was kind of weird. But definitely have a really good demo. Number 2, and this is something that I think a lot of people have been doing, And, okay, first off, if you're going on Fiverr, here's what you need to do. Before you make your platform, you're going on Fiverr for voiceover. This advice is really just for voiceover because I don't really have any experience in anything else. If you're going on Fiverr, search the people, like go on there as a buyer and search in the voiceover category and type in the little check boxes all the things that would apply to you. And then scroll through and find people that are similar to you. Now, you're not going to be copying them. You're not ripping them off. But just kind of, this is just a general rule when you're going onto any platform. Find the people that are relatively successful or successful and see what kind of stuff they're doing. There's a real good chance that a lot of them have something in common. A lot of them have something that they're doing that they're all doing. And any platform that you go to, you need to do this. You need to search or scroll through what is something, what are the people that are successful, that are similar to me, doing that I could learn from. That's pretty much anything. So do that on Fiverr as well. Don't just copy them. Don't select, their entire gig description, copy, paste, or rewrite or anything like that. That's not what I'm asking you to do. But it's just kind of the stuff, because you don't know what you don't know, if that makes sense. You don't know what to look for if you don't know to look for it. So if you go on someone else's profile, someone who's relatively successful, and you're just looking over it, scrolling through it, going through all the tabs, and just kind of, skimming over their thing, you're probably going to see a whole bunch of stuff that you wouldn't have thought of looking for. You would have seen a whole bunch of stuff that, like, oh, I wouldn't have thought of doing this or doing that. That's actually a really good idea. There's a good chance that something like that is going to happen. But one thing that I've seen a lot of people do is when they do a voiceover gig, they go on Fiverr, they post a voiceover gig, and they put all of their voiceover in one thing, in one gig, in one category, and that's the only thing they're selling. And it'll normally say something like, I will do voiceover. And then it will just say, and then in the description or in the video, it's like, hey, I'll do cartoons, I'll do voicemail, I'll do, commercial, I'll do radio spots, and they just list everything involving voice and voiceover in the video and or in the gig description. Don't do that. Do not do that. What you need, if you're offering voiceover of any kind, and you're offering commercial narration, long-form narration like e-learning, you're offering audiobook, radio spot, cartoon, animation, video game, you need to have a gig for each individual thing, not one voiceover. If you do impressions, for whatever reason, well, that needs to be in its own thing. That needs to be in its own gig. That needs to be in its own category. Because here's why. This is why people who do that, right out of the gate, that's the only thing I set up, aren't getting any voiceover or getting any work, is because it's way too vague. Fiverr is an algorithm, just like anything else. It's a search engine. And it's going to suggest people and gigs and offers to potential clients based on what they're looking for. And nobody goes onto the website just looking for voiceover. Nobody's like, you know what I'm in the mood for? Voiceover. Let's go get some voiceover. What kind? I don't care. Nobody does that. Nobody looks for voiceover the same way that they look for someplace to eat on a Friday or Saturday night. Nobody does that. When people go to the website, people go to any website looking for voiceover, they have something in particular in mind. And they will search for those things. They're like, if someone is, for example, someone's working on a video game, they need voiceover for that video game. And they know what character or role they're looking for. Let's say it's a female ogre or whatever. And it needs to be incredibly animated, and it's for an app game. So they will type in, first they'll go to the female tab. They'll go to the female tab, and they'll search for, voiceover, obviously, and they'll be looking for type in, keywords like video game, character, animated, animation, cartoon, any of those kinds of things. And then they will be given a list, and it's English. It's in English. So they're going to be looking for English. So, and then they're like an age range, maybe. But normally they don't normally mess with the age range unless they're looking for like a child or an old person. If it's anything in between, they're like, whatever. So they're going through those. So they're going to be given a list of maybe 20 or 30 possible, candidates that they can actually scroll through. Probably more. I mean, Fiverr's huge. So they're going to have those that they're going through, and these are going to fit what they're looking for a little bit more than just saying voiceover. So that's what you need. If you don't, and let's say you fit most of those criteria, even though you are offering cartoon and animation or video game, but it doesn't say that in the keywords and it doesn't say that in the header, you're probably going to be at the end of the line. You're probably going to be all the way at the bottom of the list. So they're going to be scrolling through, like 20, 30 pages, looking through all these people, and you're probably, still not going to show up if what you're offering is incredibly vague. So if you're going to be on Fiverr, you need a really, really good, visual marketing material. You need really good visual marketing material, which is either going to be good headshot, or it needs to be some kind of cartoon or drawn, representation of you, whether it's a logo or whether it's an avatar of you, like a caricaturized version of you or whatever. It needs to pop out. It needs to be colorful. It needs to be bright. It needs to be cheery, and it needs to grab. Then you need demos for each one of the things that you are offering. If you are offering character animation, you need a character animation demo. If you're offering commercial narration demo. Video game demo. And then you need to offer each one of those things as their own gig. And the video, the thumbnail and the video also needs to grab. It needs to pop. It needs to be, not blend into everyone else's. Can't just be a face. It needs to grab in some way. And then needs to try to utilize as much of the 1 minute and 15 second space as you can, so that you can cram as much in there and get their attention. And they have plenty to choose from, especially if you're doing character animation or video game. You need to give them lots to choose from. They go, okay, you can do this kind of character, this kind of character, this kind of character, this kind of character. And then offer each one of those. Because clearly when people go in, they're going to be searching for something specific, and you don't want to just lump it in together. I think ultimately, if you offer a gig for every single one of the different kinds of voiceover services that you're offering, that is going to make the biggest difference overall, probably, for where you are right now. Because most people, when they're going to Fiverr, they already have a demo. They already have, marketing material. Most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. But a lot of them still make the mistake of clumping everything into one thing. All of the voiceover into one thing. So definitely make sure that you diversify, that you split it up, and you make sure that they're all, named correctly, and they all have the right keywords, and they pop. Make sure they all pop and grab, that they're all different and unique. That's basically it. There wasn't a list for this. I was basically just going off the top of my head. There was like a few things that I knew of, but hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully this helps you guys. If y'all have any more questions, my email is down below, as always. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you are one of those 2 people that hates all of my videos, give it a thumbs down, because, that's all you do for your life anyway. Subscribe if you're new, bell for notifications, and until next time, peace.